right, folks, it seems we find ourselves in the company of the remarkable Brad Clausen today, heir to the Clausen pickle fortune. Are you related to the Clausen
No,
pickles?
I get asked that all the time, and I wish that I was, because then I would probably have some sort of crazy trust fund and never have to work ever again. So
Get in on that sweet, sweet pickle money.
yeah.
All right. So we've just started releasing some excerpts from the show. We are getting some remarkable feedback. The discoveries that you made and the biometric discoveries that we've made in the art and the science that's coming through this aesthetic study, remarkable and profound and history-changing, and obviously one of the most controversial, not controversial, but one of the most radical and history-changing discoveries was your discovery of the Venus of Willendorf and the old Ishtar and Inanna statues. So I've been bracing myself for the inevitable attack. You know, whenever you introduce something that's so confrontational, you can expect a little pushback, but overwhelmingly we've been getting fantastic responses from people. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, there's recently a couple of really interesting developments that had to do with the Venus of Willendorf. Facebook recently censored the Venus of Willendorf and caused such an uproar. A number of universities and museums went online and just beat them until they retracted their censorship and apologized for... I mean, I can see why that would drive the men wild. You know, this has been driving men wild for 40,000 years.
You know, it's I like about that little sub headline in there is that it's described as dangerously pornographic.
It's dangerously pornographic.
Not just pornographic, dangerously. What does that even imply? How do you there's levels of pornography that are safe and there's others that are dangerous?
There's a reason why some strip clubs will only let you be topless and not topless and bottomless, because at a certain point I guess the basal ganglia take over and you become an uncontrollable rapist if you see too much.
That could be maybe dangerous pornography.
So yeah, I don't know what to say about that except that it put me in mind of these discoveries, and it very nicely dovetails with the release of Magical Egypt Series 2, and really the backbone of the new show is this aesthetic research project that each of us have come to, you know, each of us came to in our own way, but then you and I and Gary at the start of this thing really sort of synergized because we were all researching kind of the same phenomenon. Each of us were coming at it from a different direction. Interestingly, each of us were coming at it from a different view. You know, there's the coronal view of the brain, the axial view, and the sagittal view. That was a strange bit of trivia that we each came at it. We all come to this brain from the different views, but your discoveries, what I found really interesting that really brought me into it was your discovery of the ram sphinxes at Karnak that corresponded to the brainstem. And from there, you kept digging, and it led you to the Ishtar and Inanna statues. And then from there, all the way back to literally the very oldest works of art that we know about, that are the Venus of Willendorf.